Have you been hurt in love before? And are you ready for that spectacular love union? Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Mia Moksha, here for a very special love pick a card reading. We're going to be looking at how to get ready for your ultimate love union in the physical with your divine counterpart, with your best soulmate, whatever you want to call it, by looking at some of the more difficult scenarios in love that you've been in. So in this reading, we're going to definitely look at what you've healed or what you need to heal, and then what's happening in your love life because you've been empowered in this way through this experience, and where it's bringing you next in love. We have 4 piles here. The first pile is if any relationship left you insecure at one point, and we have the Hematite for that pile 1. Pile 2 is if any connection gave you a sense of low worth, and we have the Septarian for that pile 2. Pile 3 is if you've ever felt betrayed in your romantic love relationships, and we have the black Tourmaline for that pile 3. And then pile 4 is if any love connection has left you deeply disappointed, and we have the black Onyx for that pile 4. So whether you're deeply in it, you're entrenched, you're fighting the good fight and doing a lot of healing, or you're kind of completing that healing phase and ready to look forward into what's new and coming into your life, or this is more of just a quick review for you, a signal, a sign to you from the divine that this love union is already on its way, it's already unfolding before you. This reading is meant for all those beautiful souls that are ready for that grand love union. I've predicted for a while now that this time, 2024 into 2025, there's going to be a lot of true love unions happening on this planet. And as someone who has been channeling for this high divine love community, I feel like it's very important for me to do this for our lovely divine souls that are finally here. So it's going to be a few weeks where I just do readings like this to prepare those that are ready for union with any little thing that they might want to review or to look forward to, just any details that Spirit wants to give through in their channelings in these readings. And then I promise after a few weeks of these very specialized readings that I'll go back to your favorites, and they'll even be better than before because this is also me pushing my boundaries to make my readings better, and also do a lot of cleansing of the old all together, all of us. So this is for those that have been with me for a very long time and have been with me through the twin flame days, and also those newcomers that are adding on to this very special soul family and our very highly divine, high frequency energy. So my love to you, my love to your journey, and I hope you enjoy this reading. Hi, beautiful pile 1 with a Hematite and a connection that has left you insecure before. We're going to channel some messages from Spirit to see how you can better prepare for union in your love life by healing this, reviewing this, powering up, and see what's coming in next. So let's start with what happened. What happened here? Okay, trigger warning, right? Okay, 8 of Swords in reverse though. Self-limiting beliefs, inner critic, anger, guilt releasing, negative thoughts, opening to new perspectives, self-acceptance, and freedom. All right, so we see insecure here. All right, so self-limiting beliefs would be the definition of insecure. And it feels like your person really accepted who they are and has such freedom in their life, or seem like it because of that. And they didn't really accept a lot about you. They might have nitpicked at you, or you had a lot of confidence and a lot of self-acceptance before you got into this connection, and this person kind of tore you down because, you know, they might have, either they were also very confident or not as confident as you, or not confident at all. I'm speaking to a lot of people here, right, in lots of different situations. But yeah, this person wanted to knock you down a peg so you wouldn't be more confident than them. They nitpicked, they made fun of some of your choices, they didn't agree with your opinions, they didn't respect some of what you had to say or your thoughts, your experiences. Okay, moving, change of residence, moving with your partner. They might have left you in a very bad spot. Like, even if you knew this is leading towards a breakup, like they kind of left you with in a mess, maybe with a lot of bills, or in a really precarious situation. Maybe family was involved, or other people that you care for, or like your friends, and or a work situation, and it was just kind of embarrassing a little bit that they just kind of left you in a very unfavorable spot after they kind of left, like, you know, after all the nitpicking and shaming that they did for you. Might have said some of the things that you were doing were stupid, or why are you hanging out with those friends, or why are you in this kind of line of work, or why do you wear that kind of outfit, or that haircut doesn't look good on you, or, you know, you don't have the body to pull that off, or things like that. And then when they left the connection, or they might have left the connection many times, they'd always leave a mess behind, making you feel even worse, because it's like, now you got to pick up all the pieces, and it's embarrassing. Maybe people have seen the situation and the tough spot they left you in, and maybe they just even up and left like your place without saying anything, left you with all the bills, or maybe they just up and left an event that you were at that was very important to you, or something of that sort, or they said information about themselves or the connection in front of other people, and it's like, oh, I didn't know that. You know, yeah, but they left you very feeling very insecure, and you might have been at a good place in terms of your confidence and how you felt about yourself when you met this person, and they kind of kept knocking you down a peg because they felt like you were too confident and they didn't have as much confidence as you. And this is how they've kind of made you feel smaller. Okay. So what did you have to do to heal it, or what can you do to heal it? Okay. 8 of Snow. Just the 8 of Swords. Stuck. 2 8 of Swords here. Wow. So I feel like this is one of those situations where you kind of really had to endure a lot to finally be like, I'm out of here. And depending on your specific situation, it could have been a lot of little things, and it's just like, okay, like, this is enough. This is the last time he embarrasses me in front of my friend or she, or this is the last time that they put me down like this, or, you know, or it just kind of built up and they finally crossed the line, and it's like, okay, like, this is something I worked really hard on, and now they're, you know, now they're coming for this, or now they're saying something negative about my loved ones. Like, this is where you cross the line. So it feels like this is an experience where you needed to kind of really, they really need to push your boundaries, and you really need to see like how much you were willing to put up with this person, and you really needed to see this kind of not confident, weak side of yourself to make sure that you never get there again. To like really assure yourself, like, I'm not going to let anyone treat me like that ever again. And the first signs of it, if you see someone else, whether it's a romantic partner or anyone, a boss, a coworker, a friend, family member, just, these are my boundaries. Like, that's not okay to say to me, you know. Surrender, do it for you. Oh, sundress. Used to reading all these like very serious tarot cards. Sundress. Yeah, so I'm getting this energy of you really needed to kind of make yourself feel confident again. And, you know, wear something because it makes you feel good, not because someone else likes it or doesn't like it, you know, or not letting it phase you if you wear something and someone's like says something negative about it. It's like, well, sucks for you that you don't like it, but I love it. You know, having that attitude, it takes so incredibly long to build up your confidence again when someone has broken you down this much. It years, at least several years. It takes a few years, several years to build back your confidence to where it was before or better when someone tears you down like this, because it really, they made you feel small, and it's so much harder than people think to crawl out of that negative headspace and feel confident again walking out into the world as you are and feeling like I'm okay as I am. I'm more than okay. I'm awesome. I'm an awesome person. Who I am, what I like, how I dress, what I do, my interests, my goals, my experiences. It made me who I am today, and I'm proud of it, and I'm happy. And it takes a long time to build that confidence up, where you can just feel good, whatever you're doing during the day, whatever you're doing in life, wherever you're feeling, wherever you are in terms of your physical body. You know, like, you know how much you've done in your life, and you're happy with it, and you're confident with where you are in life and what you're doing, how you look. I feel like I'm keep repeating these things. It's just because, like, that's what it was like. You had to build up your confidence in steps, and like every few steps you might fall again and get back up. Sometimes you go up flights of stairs and then fall down many flights of stairs. It took a long ass time to get back that confidence. And some of you just have a little bit of that confidence back, but it is a win. Some of you have a ton of that confidence back, better than ever before. And for those of you that are not there yet, you will get there. For those of you that are there already, good for you. Congrats, cheers, applause from your Spirit Guide Spirit team. Like, this is like, feel the sun on your face. You know, it's just, you're not stuck anymore. Like, being stuck in that mindset is, and to get out of it is the most difficult thing to experience in this physical life. All right, so how are you powering up? How does this empower you? Where does this make you stronger? Vision, contemplating the future. So at this point, it's kind of like you had to, like, kind of break down your confidence. You didn't have to, but like, it happened. You broke down your confidence, but what happened because of that situation is you got to rebuild it much stronger than before. It's kind of like your foundation, you know, the foundation of who you are, how you see yourself, what you see as your role in the world, you know, insignificant, not important, or special, and what you're capable of. You know, this empowers you. This makes you feel stronger than ever before. And with an experience like that, you might realize that your visions, your goals for the future have also been empowered, have also built confidence and improved. You might have more details about your dreams and goals. You might have more energy to go after it, more know-how, more confidence, obviously, and it's just a feeling of like hope and possibility. And this is possible. I can envision a bigger, better future, and I can do it. I prove to myself how strong I am and how much I am able to like handle mentally and emotionally. Okay. Powerful. I love that. That's crazy. Powerful. You may be as potent as the ocean. Yeah. Some of you came out of the situation like a force to be reckoned with. Like more powerful than anyone that you may know personally around you, you know, or most people that you know personally around you. Like you may feel like you're invincible, indestructible, and that you can take on so much more than many of the people around you. Not to say one's, you know, that some people are better or worse than others. In terms of their soul, but yeah, there are people who go through more difficult experiences, and there are people who are smarter. Some people are more out physically beautiful. Some people are just more kind or intuitive. It's just, yeah, some people are better in certain ways than others, and that's not saying all souls are equal, but yeah, some people are more skilled in an area than others. Some people have better attributes, and some people have more power than others, just because they went through those experiences and gained that power, gained back that power that's theirs, you know. And it's not to say that other people can't get there or don't have the same power. It's just finding it. You found it, Padawan. You found it. You're powerful. Okay, you can like this. You're like this huge gust of wind that could knock down a building. Like you're definitely like can be as strong as the ocean. You know, you can play peaceful, but you can be a violent storm if you needed to be. This kind of power, it really opens up your visions and what you want for your future, because you know you can make it happen, and you start thinking about things like when you go through a difficult experience like this, like you start thinking about things of what would I need? What would past me need from future me? What would past me need from other people and situations and things around me? So when you go through a difficult situation, you often think about, oh yeah, you know, when I was going through that difficult situation, it would have been great if I had this or that, or you show gratitude for like, oh, thank goodness I had this settled, or I had this person with me. So you begin to appreciate the things that you had during that time, and you know, contemplate what things might have made life easier, and you try to make the world better by putting more of that out there, whether it's in your personal life with your friends and family, or by taking on big projects to set up these kinds of systems for larger groups of people going through similar things. So it really stirs up your mind, and you know, you don't have to do this same thing, that whatever you went through, you don't have to help people in that same situation. You might come across one or two people that you can help because they went through the same situation, and they got like the divine sent them your way. But you can just use that power you feel to just go after bigger dreams than you had before, because you feel confident that you can pull it off now, way more confident than before. All right, and then what's coming in for you because of this power up, you know, especially in love, what's coming in for you? Balance. Take some time to relax, indulge a little bit more or indulge a little bit less, and set boundaries with your work. Yeah, setting boundaries is a huge thing, but I feel like you're setting boundaries in a lot of areas of your life. You're not taking BS anymore, you know? You're like, I know how strong I am. I know what I deserve. I know my value. You know, a date or romantic love situation is not treating you right. You're like, nope, bye, see ya, out the door, you know? You're not dealing with something that you know you don't need to sit through or you don't deserve. If work is trying to, you know, give you more responsibilities, more tasks without, you know, paying you more, or, you know, it's not in your job description, or they're taking advantage of you, you're like, nope, I'm not that person. And not only am I going to say no, I'm going to say this so you don't mess with me in the future. Yeah. And say it in a really wise, strong way. But it gives you a lot of freedom in the way that you get to relax, because you're like, I don't need to put up with anything. Like, it gives you such confidence. You're like, I don't need to put up with anyone or anything. You know, if I don't like this, I can just move on. I can find another day. I can move to another place. I can get another job. Like, yeah, like nothing phases me anymore. Whereas this person, they might have had a hold on you because you might have felt like, oh, they're so confident and they know who they are. Like, they're the person that I need to be with in life, because without them I'll be lost. I'm nothing. Or, you know, who's a better person I would be with, or no one else would want to be with me if it wasn't for them. So you go from that to being like, ugh, I don't need anyone or anything. You know, like, I'm good with I'm good with things, and if I'm not, I change it. Yeah, 7 of Cups in reverse. Like, there's endless options, but I feel like after healing from this kind of situation where this person kind of left you insecure, I feel like you might have been confronted with a lot of romantic interest. You might have got a lot of people interested in you. And I feel like you're so feeling yourself. You're feeling so confident. You're like, no, thank you. Bye. Like, no, you're being a little bit more picky. And it's not like too picky. Like, you know, how some people just have like a huge checklist of like what they want in a partner. You're humble. You look for bigger qualities than just like their net worth and their job, their status, and their looks. Like, you know, your checklist is much shorter and it's much more powerful, because that's who you are now. Very, very powerful. So you look for someone who has that power, and you know, they could be the CEO of a really well-known company, or they can be unemployed. But if you feel that power, you know that this person can accomplish anything, and they have a track record to show it. You're not just picking any random person, but you understand that some of the best qualities in people come from really tough experiences and overcoming those obstacles and challenges in life. And so you have a better checklist for men or ladies, whatever, and it starts with that power, you know, and you attract more. And I feel like in the beginning you attracted, after you finish your healing, like a lot of people who weren't worth your time. But as soon as you say no, it's like, universe, bring me something better, or bring me someone that's like on my level or better, you're gonna start attracting that. So I feel like if you're still in the healing process of that, no worries, take your time. It doesn't happen overnight, and it's better sustainable if you can do it little at a time. There's no need to rush it, and trying to rush it will just have you fall down, fall flat on your face on those stairs. Because you might still go after similar guys, or guys who are like, or girls, you'll start dating people who are similar to that person or just a little bit better. And it's like, you have to keep bringing your, remembering your power and being in your power, and then the universe will bring those people into your life. But in the beginning, I feel like once you finish healing, you'll be tested with a bunch of people who are not worth your time at all, not even a contender, thrown your way, just to make sure that you still hold your power, and that you won't be influenced by like surface level things. You know, I'm getting like profiles, like, you know, people's dating profiles, or the first things that people say about themselves when they're introducing someone is like, oh, hey, I'm so and so, I work here, or the things that you might Google about this person. It's like you'll find people's worth when you talk to them and see how passionate they are, how confident they are, how they are very secure in who they are and where they're going, and they're secure enough to open their minds up to what your opinions may be and what you have to share and what you might bring to the table and your ideas. They're very secure that they can entertain your thoughts and go with your opinions. They're not going to be embarrassed by that. They're not going to be ashamed. They're not going to be embarrassed and shamed by your success and your victories and your awesome qualities, And so you'll know. And I think this is one of the situations where you have to meet these people in person, or you'll meet this this divine counterpart in person, because you're gonna have to feel it with your soul, with your energy, with your power. And because both of you are so powerful, you're gonna come together like magnets anyway. Okay, Spirit's advice for you in terms of your love life right now. Rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over. Wow, what a confirmation. I'm getting full body chills. This is like, I don't know, it feels like a huge weight was lifted. I just felt it from a lot of people's energies watching this pile, but it just feels like you're moving in a really, really positive direction. I feel like even with this moving in card, that the next person that you're in a romantic relationship with, that you feel like, oh yeah, this is the one, I feel like you two will move in together pretty quickly. In fact, when you even meet this person or meet them again, or if you're kind of talking to this person, I feel like, okay, so if this is someone new coming in or someone you haven't spoken for a while, you might see that their situation is one of they're about to move, or they're looking for, they might be looking for a place to stay for a short while they're in your area, or vice versa. You're going on a trip and you're like, oh, it would be nice to stay not at a hotel while I'm stopping by. We're just waiting for the flight the next day or whatever. So something about staying at the other person's residence, and also even potentially moving in together. It's like, hey, I'm looking for a place in this area. Do you know anything that's available? It's like, oh yeah, actually, I was looking to rent out a room for a little bit, or you can stay with me until you find a place, or something like that. Or if this is someone you're already talking to, if you're talking to someone who feels like right, the next time you have a conversation with this person, they might actually bring up something of that sort. It's like, hey, what would you think about possibly moving in together, or moving to a place, to a different location together. 10 of Cups, oh, that's extreme happiness. And with the rainbow, yeah, I feel like Spirit's like saying, like, yeah, pile one, this is you getting ready for the one. I feel like you're very balanced in your energies. You're feeling very confident. I feel like for most people watching this, like, you're ready for union, right? Like, you're ready for that perfect fit, that fairy tale ending. December, so it could happen towards the end of the year, or if you're watching this at a later time than I post it, it might happen in 5 months or so. It might be a slow, like, it might start off like a little bit a little bit more talking about this topic, talking with each other, getting to know each other, whatever it is. But I feel like in 5 months' time, this is going to be a real possibility where you two are like, yeah, let's live together. It's time. We should do this. So, and I feel like you're not even like thinking about it. Like, you're so confident, you're feeling so good, living your life the best way you know how. And I think at this time that you're watching this reading, you're really visualizing like the most incredible life you can imagine for yourself. Like, forget what you can afford, forget if like what resources are available to you right now. Like, imagine if you had all the money in the world, or like, what would you want in your life? You know, what kind of people, places, and things? What would your home look like? What would your day-to-day life look like? What would your life's work look like? I feel like this pile is like doing that kind of work right now. And you might do that work for like 2 to 4 weeks. And then after that, you might quickly see this divine counterpart come in or come back in. And then not expecting anything, because I feel like this pile is very much in their power and is like, yeah, I'm going to take things slow and, you know, really scope out this person, make sure that we're on the same page, and that we look at the more deeper things within each other. But both of you are so much in this, on the same page, and so much in your power, and really feel empowered by the other person. You might find that like you're doing better at work, with your finances, with your health, with your living situation, with your connections with others, just because of this person. Like, they actually make your life better. They empower you, and you them. That both of you feel right away like, yeah, like this is worth checking out, moving in with this person, and really just going all in and see what happens. Like, this is someone I trust. Like, I can just tell by the way how they improved all aspects of my life, like, immediately. So pile 1, I feel like, yeah, this person's coming in 2 to 4 weeks, if you've done all the healing work. If you're in the middle of it, I do feel like someone is coming in to kind of help you finish this healing work. So yeah, I hope this reading helped. If it did, let me know. This reading is definitely more personal. It's definitely for my soul family, and this is for all the beautiful souls that are coming into this divine love union in the next year. So yeah, much love and light to you. Hi, beautiful pile 2 with a Septarian. And we're looking at how you're getting ready for union, especially if the love connection has left you feeling unworthy or feeling really low in your self-worth. By the way, the Septarian is very beautiful and sparkly, but it's like an egg, so it's called dragon's egg as well. So I'm going to put it face down so it doesn't keep rolling during the reading. All right, so we're going to look at what you went through, how you heal it, how it powers you up, and then what's coming in next in love for you because you went through this experience. Okay, so how do you heal it? What did you go through? Okay, so the Justice card in reverse. Wow. Unfairness, lack of accountability, guilt, dishonesty, and punishment. Oh my goodness. So this person might have they might have been abusive. They might have been verbally abusive, emotionally abusive, or even physically abusive, or abusive in other ways where they kind of were very controlling or restricted your God-given rights and freedoms, you know, kind of took away parts of your humanity, or definitely your self-worth. And in small ways, or for a lot of you in very, very big ways. It's a completely unfair. It's very, very unfair situation. This person was taking things out on you, or punishing you, or using their power over you. And that is definitely a disruption in balance in the most extreme way, right? That is very, very bad karma for them. Yeah, it's a very, very difficult situation. So much self-worth that you might have came out of the situation continuing to punish yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. It took a long time to kind of rewire your brain or rewire your habits to feel normal, or have yourself in a healthier place, you know? Okay, pregnancy, someone is expecting. So I feel like this person maybe kind of chained themselves to you and like made it impossible for you to leave. Maybe it's a situation where it was like an undocumented immigrant, or where you were kind of in a financial pinch and you couldn't afford getting out. This could, in severe cases, it could be I don't know how to say this without getting demonetized, but in a human trade situation, whether it's on a smaller scale or bigger scale, or this person was just emotionally blackmailing by threatening with pregnancy, or threatening to get pregnant or keep you because you're pregnant, or the other person. Using that as a weapon, an emotional weapon. Using even like family. Well, your family won't take you back, or no one's gonna care for you, or threatening family, or threatening to expose a secret that would be devastating to the family, or something of that sort. And it could even been like not someone who is just so like either sociopathic or psychopathic or narcissistic, where they couldn't show you compassion on any level for what you were going through, and the things that you've had to deal with in life, not just because of them, but other things, but they alone were a huge problem. They didn't show any nurturing. They didn't care. They didn't take care of you well, especially in time of need. They were absolutely not there when you needed them. Most of the time that you needed them. That can be very, very devastating. Especially if you're in a situation where you're kind of wanting their affection and love because of whatever childhood trauma, and then you're like, you'll keep going through difficult things, and they were there for you like once maybe, or like twice maybe, but like maybe there were like 20 or 100 times that you needed them and they weren't there for you. It's kind of, you're hoping that they're kind of, this will be the time that they'll help me, and you just get worn down. Yeah. Constantly putting you down, that, oh, you're not worth anything, oh yeah, you'll never make it, you won't ever finish school, you won't ever, you'll work this job for the rest of your life, you'll never make this much amount of money, or you'll never make it in this line of work, or your dreams are stupid, or things like that. All right, so how did you heal this? How did you overcome this, or how will you heal it? Darkness, transformation. This is the Death card. So this is something that, this is a dark night of the soul. This is a situation where you have to go into complete darkness to overcome. You probably already were there. They probably already beat you down into, no pun intended, oh my god, that's the worst, the darkest place you've ever been. And then there's nowhere to go but up, right? And so I feel like this is very much, this is what an actual dark night of the soul looks like. This or something on a similar level. And so when spiritual folks, or when people talk about, I went through the dark night of the soul, or a really difficult time in my life, and maybe stronger, maybe better, and maybe who I am today, but I was like not myself. This is what kind of stuff they're talking about, or something on this level. There could be also some sort of addiction involved as well, substance abuse, or gambling money, or not staying faithful. Yeah, cheating would be a big one for this pile. And, you know, keep putting up with it because of whatever hold you felt like they had over you. Yeah, this is where you have to completely surrender to the universe, because there's nowhere else to go. This is one of those situations where you're between a dark and a hard, a rock and a hard place, right? And I never really understood what that meant, rock and hard place. But after kind of thinking about it one day, I realized like that's like either death with like offing yourself, or suffering, really truly suffering every day, all day. You know, so it's like that's a very difficult decision. And there's always a third choice, and that is looking to a higher power, looking to God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. And there's this quote, it's like, whether you're the richest man in the world or the poorest, like when you're between a rock and a hard place, you will look to God or whatever higher power that you believe in as your last Hail Mary, like your last like place you can look to for help. Actually, that's why a lot of people who go through these really difficult situations become very psychic and intuitive, because your psyche breaks, and that allows your brain to think of possible options for survival that you never have contemplated before. You wouldn't have in your reasonable, logical, you know, very the same mind in the same way you've thought before. It pushes the boundaries of your brain to think in a way that it never has, to think of some sort of coping mechanism or some sort of strategy or option for you to exit this rock and a hard place situation, which you know, then opens up your mind for other things as well: intuition, higher guidance, and a link to your higher self. Yeah, so that's a dark night of the soul. What did you do to heal it? What can you do to heal it? Morning, the world awaits you. It's one of those things where you just kind of have to keep waking up, you know, and putting on your pants and brushing your teeth, and you keep going on. I forget what movie it is. I feel like it's like, I think it was on Amazon Prime. It was about an AA, I think. Let me check it. I forget what it was called, but basically it was like about the 12-step process, and how you have to start with something higher than yourself, because it gives like your it gives your experience meaning. It gets like, why did you get addicted? Like what's the reason for addiction? You know, for a lot of people it's like, what's the purpose of this life experience? You know, and in my opinion, it's to find the light, because drug addiction, there's nothing but darkness there, and so in order to overcome that darkness, is you can only do that by finding the light. And so it's kind of like, oh yeah, so in the movie they basically said like, yeah, like one day I woke up and I put on a clean pair of pants, and it felt so good, and like I felt like it was such a accomplishment, you know. It's like a mediocre accomplishment. That's what people need when they're going through something like this, something that puts your soul in such a dark place that you don't know if you're ever going to get out of it, right? One of the things I asked my ex, one of my exes once, was like, hey, have you ever gone through an experience where you like didn't know if you were going to get to the other side, like if you're going to ever find the light at the end of the tunnel? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, interesting. And I kind of knew immediately. I'm like, oh, we're not going to end up dating much longer, because it's like, it's hard to, you once you kind of have a really, really deep experience like that, it's hard to it's hard to connect with someone on that deeper level that hasn't gone through an experience like that, right? And so yeah, to heal it, all you had to do was just get through it, to survive it, and then after you survive it, you can unpack it at a later time. But at first, you just kind of like, even if you're going through an addiction, you just have to get through it. You just have to get out of it, and then you can worry about healing and unpacking. You can't think about anything else when you're in survival mode, right? So yeah, I feel like this brought you down in such a low place that you just had to make sure that you can wake up the next morning. Maybe this person cheated on you and then they went with the other person, or you guys broke up and then they immediately got into a different relationship, or they took everything from you. They took the money, they took the kids, they took the house, whatever, right? Or they like ruined your reputation completely. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, where it's like you're never going to be the same, and it's like, wow, you're in your bed and you're not moving for like weeks. Like that kind of deep depression and dark night of the soul, where all you have to do is just get up, and if you can eat something, that's great. If you can, like, once you finally get to a place where you're, can take a shower or brush your teeth or clean clothes or say hi to somebody, like, it's like, wow, like look at how far I've come. Look. And then you just have to keep doing that. It's just a day by day thing, and that takes an incredibly long time. All right, so let's look at, how did it power you up? How are you more powerful because of this experience? And what can people see in you that's more powerful? Culmination, completion, and renewal. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people could probably see that you're a completely different person now, and like so much stronger, bolder, and even more dangerous. Because you have so much power, like people can feel it in just the way that you talk, the ideas that you bring out, the way that you behave in social settings, or the kind of things that you're interested in, the kind of things that you spend your time on, the things that you find valuable, makes you a more valuable person. And also just people can pick up on that power just from the tone of your voice. You know how they say, like, when you look at someone's eyes, you can see kind of like what they've been through in life. It's kind of like that. They can see that you've been through things, and maybe that a lot of people are going to feel like intimidated or feel like they can't relate, or they're going to feel like they might not consciously know this, but they might feel like threatened by you or triggered by you because they feel like you might be stronger than them, know something that they don't, or are just a more deeper vessel than they can go, or understand. And people are always afraid of things that they don't understand. So yeah, but your friends and family and people who know you can probably see you and be like, wow, like, I'm incredibly proud of you. Like, you can tell that you made it. You went through something very, very deep and profound in your life, and you did it. You're like a master here. You can help other people. You can do wonders. You can perform miracles. You can move mountains. Forgive. May you let it be. I feel like your ability to you're having to forgive this person may have been the most challenging thing in your life. All right, so now listen. I know if that's triggering and you're like, this person doesn't deserve to be forgiven. You know what they put me through. You know how like disgusting and vile and evil they are. And not just to me, but like, others. And like, no, this person does not deserve to be forgiven. And that's true. Not everyone deserves to be forgiven, But I'm not talking about forgiveness. Okay, so there's this woman on YouTube, and she's like talking about like how like narcissistic behaviors or something. I think she's an Indian woman. I can say that because I'm Indian. But she has some good ideas, but And I think she even had she had a video out about like how destructive the twin flame concept is or something like that, which is how she first popped up on my feed. And like that's fair. Like, okay, like what she's saying is like, you know, true for her, true for most people or a lot of people, but it's not true for everyone. But she has this huge argument about like, yeah, I'm not going to forgive this person. They're a narcissist. They don't deserve to be forgiven. And you can tell she still harbors that kind of hatred and just, you know, there's just pure daggers in her eyes, right? Like anytime the topic comes out, she's like, you can see her get defensive, get louder, and, you know, speak with ferocity, and it's plain to see like this person hasn't unpacked it completely. And so yeah, this might be a situation where like you might have to unpack it for the rest of your life, or not like heavily, but you might have to do unpack it a little bit at a time. Maybe it might take years. But it really kind of really heals if you can forgive them. And I know what you're saying, they don't deserve forgiveness, but if you can take a second to just put yourself in their shoes and see how they experience life, how they grew up, why they are the way they are, how did they become the way that they are, what their minds might be thinking and going through, what their heart must be feeling and going through, what kind of life do they live, the people around them, how do they see life, what are the perceptions. And as soon as you do that, you start to understand them. And once you understand someone, you can't hate them. And this is a really big thing. A couple of powerful people have talked about. One was like in a game, Ender's Game, the movie for teens in the 2000s, and then I think 2012, and then the other was from Teal Swan's documentary, where it's kind of like, yeah, this person did like atrocious things to me, and having to like put myself in their shoes and try to figure out why they did it was the only thing that made me feel like I can survive and I can like live, you know, because like when someone has done you wrong, it will keep playing over and over and over and over in your head until you can put it down. And one of the ways you can put it down is trying to give it a reason, a meaning, you know? So I feel that kind of energy here. Like, you don't have to forgive them, but if you can just if you can just try to understand them in some way, or, you know, you don't have to agree with it. You can be like, that was completely wrong, but I understand where they're coming from, or I understand why it happened, or why they turned out that way. Or get some meaning behind it. Like, okay, you know, my like life crashed and burned, but like at least I got this out of it. I became this kind of person, a more powerful person, a more stronger person. And then also just finding a reason, any kind of reason. If it's too big and too awful to fathom, just putting any kind of reason for it kind of at least quiets it in your mind, at least for the time being, you know? So I feel like with this kind of experience, the way it empowered you, Palo 2, is that you came out of it, first of all, a new person. Like, you definitely look at life completely different. You look at other people's lives completely different. You probably look at your love life differently, and what you expect in a partner, and what you want for your future. Everything has a deeper meaning and is more meaningful. And I you know, I asked Spirit once, and I forget who gave the answer. It was someone. I think Bashar maybe, and another person said something similar, but like kind of like, what's the reason for suffering? And the reason is so you have more compassion for more people. And it's like so true. It's like, okay, like remember when you're just like a, you know, a crazy teen, or like a nose in the air young adult, or some, you know, in your young 20s thinking like you're better than everyone else, or you know everything, or, you know, when you're a kid and you treat someone badly but you're like learning, or, you know, even as an adult, if you do the wrong thing and facing the consequences, it makes you have empathy. It makes you realize how you made other people feel, and it gives you more compassion, right? But something like this deep and this dark, that kind of experience, it kind of explodes and blows open this amount of love and compassion for much, much more in your life. It really expands your heart chakra, and it gives you the power to love unconditionally. Because to get through this dark night of the soul, you had to love yourself unconditionally. You know, like you're worth the life that you're living. You're worth this life experience. You're worth this day. You're worth this life, you know? You have this incredible power to have a very big heart and be more compassionate, and you're probably able to take on life's work that reflect that kind of big heart that you now have, that you always had, but it's kind of like unlocked, unleashed, and you know, it's given like a battery that can run a star system. Like, you know, it's very, very powerful. And so you probably have a very, very big destiny. No matter how it plays out, it looks like you have a very, very big destiny that involves influencing, empowering, motivating a lot of people. It's inspiring a lot of people. So I know it feels like you went through a lot, but with that really difficult time, you're able to pass that on in such a big way also, which is a real big, might not feel like it, but real privilege to experience in a lifetime. Okay, and so then what's coming into your love life, because you went through all this? This is so hard. This is so, what a reading, right? Partnership. Look at the two unicorns. The two unicorns. What a metaphor, because I feel like this is you and your partner. Like, you have gone through such a very unique, difficult life experience that, of course, you're only going to match with your, you know, unicorn divine counterpart, someone who is just as unique and just as pure-hearted and just as brightly shining and just as big-hearted, that deep capacity of love as you. You know, a visionary, very inspirational, very creative person. Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build up a talented support team. Yeah, so see, I do feel like you and your partner are meant to do really, really big things and influence really, really big crowds, or do really, really important work. No matter on what scale it is, like it's work that's gonna really impact the world. Okay. Oh, the reunion card, the Six of Cups. Oh, and it's in reverse, so I do feel like for some of you, this is someone that you already know. For others of you, this is someone you've known and been with for many, many lifetimes. And this is like your divine counterpart, twin flame, ultimate soulmate. Like, this is someone, like, when you go through a really, really, really difficult experiences like that in life, you can be sure that you're going to meet up with some really, really profound people who really resonate with you on a major way, in a major way. So these are soul family and soulmates that you have had many incarnations with, that you have a very, very, very strong bond with, and it's going to be like reuniting with your heavenly family here on earth. So you can expect that in your partnership and in your friends and community and like your circles in life. Okay. Spirit's advice for you in terms of love right now. Obstacles to overcome. What does that mean? We have the Magician and April. Okay, this card wanted to come out too. Grapes, time to go out and have fun. So very interesting, because I do feel like I just like these unicorns. I do feel like you have one last hurdle, but you're not meant to face it alone. And when I say one last hurdle, I mean in order to come into this like really beautiful life where you're, you know, with the people, places, and things that you're meant to be in that resonate with you on such a high level. But you're not going to be doing this alone. You're going to be doing this specifically with your counterpart. Like you might have one soulmate come in, like platonic soulmate, or you might have, you know, our soul family member, whatever you want to call it, a really, really strong spiritual connected friend, platonic friend come in, as well as this divine counterpart. But you're definitely going to have 100% this divine counterpart come in to get you over this hurdle into this new life. And them, it's like you two are kind of journeying into this and entering this new like kind of 5D life together. Time to go and have fun. It's going to be very fun, and you can expect this to kind of start blooming in April. So I'm getting spring and summer of next year. You can see the results of your hard work start to really pay off. I feel like you meet this person even sooner than that. Let's see again. I got it's in the past, but it came out with in reverse. And the 6 here reminds me of the 6 of Cups here, which is like a soulmate card or someone from a past life. And time is frozen. Yeah, so this is someone that you have that is someone you're close to on the other side. So this is a really the strongest soul level connection you can feel. This is someone who's like literally a part of your soul. Yeah, they're not going to give me more timing than that. So I want to say next spring and April, you'll see the fruits of this connection start to come to fruition. It might start sooner than that. It might start within this month. This connection, you might see it come through within this month. But it might slowly start forming until next year. If you're watching this at a later time, then you can start expecting this connection to start coming in within the next month or year. But I got with it's time to have some fun, and with these really beautiful blooms, I feel like in the meantime, until they come in, I feel like for most of you, they are definitely, if you've finished and done this healing and you're so confident, you're yeah, I'm done with this healing. I can feel it. I went through cycles of it, years of it. Then yeah, this person's coming in within the next month, anytime from the next year. So anytime between the next month to the next year. And I do feel like, you get a little bit of time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, which is increasing your self-worth, knowing your self-worth. So you'll get a lot of abundance. So you could get a lot of wealth, and also opportunities and work and things like that. But also you'll get this kind of glow up, and you'll be able to bloom. So you'll be looking your best, feeling healthy, and just being really good socially, just feeling kind of sharp and witty and on top of your game kind of thing. So you're going to feel that kind of energy come in even before they come in. But this energy of them coming in comes in within a month or a year. If you're still in the healing process, don't worry. I do feel like there is someone, a soulmate connection, maybe a lower level soulmate connection, that comes in soon in the same time frame for you to help you kind of move through your healing with some help. Okay, so pile 2, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it really helped. The intention was to really get people ready for their divine love union. You know, it's time. If you've gone through this and you're like, yeah, I'm ready. Like, I didn't need to hear all of this, but now listening to it, I can remember all the really difficult little moments that I had to get through, all like the thousands and thousands of them to get to where you are now. And so, yeah, you're ready for it. And yeah, I'm really excited for you. I love a little comment if you I like a comment if it resonated and if it helped, or if you have a story to share with others that might be going through something difficult, something similar. And with that, I wish you so incredibly much of love and light in this journey, in this union for you, right? Hi, beautiful pile 3 with the black tourmaline. We're looking how to get you ready for union. Specifically looking at if a love connection ever left you feeling very betrayed. And we're going to look at what happened and how you heal it, or how you can heal it, how it powered you up, how do people see you now after this connection, and then what's coming in for you in love because you've gone through this experience. Okay, so what happened? What happened? 2 of Cups, unified love, partnership, mutual attraction, proposal, marriage, connection. There was deep love here, and both of you felt it on both sides. And it felt like, wow, this is the one. We work so well together. We have a lot of similar interests. We can bounce ideas back and forth. We can bounce jokes off of each other. This is so perfect. We have a lot of similar tastes in things, and you know, I can really see myself getting older with this person. So I feel like the energy here is that both people were deeply in love, really ready for commitment or the next level of commitment. It seemed like both of you are on the same page. Our sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What I'm getting from that is that like things were kind of pretty secure. Like things were kind of already in motion in the physical. So it's like, oh yeah, you two were already in a deeply committed relationship, or definitely on that path. Both of you talked about it, on the same page, you know, or both of you were ready to get married. Maybe you both were engaged, or maybe you two even planned a date, had a date for the wedding, sent the invitations out, or even were married, or you know, whatever the situation was. It feels like there was a deep love connection here, and there's also a commitment, a physical commitment to each other that both of you agreed to. And not only agreed to, but really abided by, like really held it seriously, this kind of vow and loyalty and promise that you've made to each other, commitment to each other. Okay, and then I'm guessing they betrayed you. So I'm getting, for some of you, there was emotional betrayal. You might have caught them talking to someone online, to an ex, or to just another person of the opposite sex that was kind of showing that they're flirting with them. It could have been some heated texts or emails, or some inappropriate photographs sent. Maybe they were in the innocent, maybe the other person sent it and they're like, no, you can't do that. It was like, why are you still talking to that person then? Or maybe they did send a pic back. Okay, so that's like kind of like on the emotional betrayal side. But then there's the relationship betrayal of, they cheated on you, or they broke up with you in order to be with someone else. They're already starting to kind of see this person, or they decided to, break up with you because they had other things they thought were more important: money, status, reputation. Yeah, they kind of betrayed you for more superficial things and reasons. They let their physical desires and pleasures take over their life. This person might have a porn addiction or gambling problems. They kept betraying you financially. Maybe they just weren't good with money, or they had a issue. They had a problem. They weren't good with the kids, or not responsible enough. They could have been promising you the world, and then they got stuck without a job, and then they just didn't do anything about it. Yeah. Or if you two are just dating and it's kind of, you're trying to be exclusive, and then you find out that they're not dating you exclusively. Yeah, but I feel like for a lot of you, it's a deep, deep, deep sense of betrayal. They said something about you to their friends or family that you're like, I would never say anything like that to anyone about you. Or they told your secret to people that, it's like, oh, that was between you and me. Like, the fact that you said this to anyone, like, I don't trust you anymore. It could be a huge betrayal of trust. Yeah, this is a hurt that goes so deep that's like, oh, I don't know if I can ever trust you again. Like, it's gonna have to take. It takes a lot. Like, I almost rather not have to do all that work to try to trust you again than be with you. Even though the love runs really deep, it's almost easier to let go of this person than do all the work required to trust them again. Okay, so how did you heal this? How did you heal this deep betrayal? It could have also been like you showed a lot of love to this person, and they rejected you or denied you, or didn't reciprocate in the way that you wanted, or reciprocate fully in the way that you wanted. So yeah, betrayal of love. Okay, how did you heal this, or how can you heal this? 6 of Waves, 6 of Wands, belonging. So it feels like you needed to kind of trust yourself again. That you trust yourself. I feel like for some of you, it was like such a deep betrayal of trust, and you did not even see it coming, that you kind of question your own choices now and your own decisions. It's like you're always second guessing. It's like, I don't know. Like, oh, should I go here for vacation or go there? It's like, I don't know what to do. And you're freaking out. Your friend's like, relax, don't worry. It's a vacation. Like, anywhere we go is going to be fun, And you can tell, like, this betrayal affected you to your core, where you kind of second guess, like, your own choices, and, is anything what it seems to be? What else is betraying me? Do my eyes betray me? Does my mind betray me? Does everyone else, friends, family, coworkers, are they all untrustworthy? It might have made you lose trust in a lot of things, not just in love, but like people in general, in yourself, in what you believe. Man, dang, that's deep. This person cut you at your core. And so you kind of had to find your way again, and that took so many little wins to get to where you are now. And so that means like when you finally like decided something, like even if it's just like, what movie should I watch, or what should I have for or takeout, or what job should I take, or something even bigger, like what job should I take, or where should I move, or maybe something on the medium size, like I'm picking out a new mattress, or do I trust myself to pick the right one, not second guessing it, not going crazy research over it, like just being less neurotic about it. I think those wins are so super important. Like, it was such a big win just to be able to be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna go here for food. Like, I'm gonna treat myself and I'm gonna grab some takeout. And you go there and it's like, oh my god, it's closed. And it's like, you're not freaking out. You're like, that's fine. I'll just go to this place that's like next door or street over. That's such a huge win, because like that'd be like, oh, I knew I shouldn't have came here. Like, why did I not check the times? I should have Googled it. Like, what was I thinking? I should have gone to the other side of town where there's more options. Like, now I have to just, like, you're to go with the flow and let things roll off your shoulders, not to get so self-critical, and mince every word, like overanalyze everything everyone says, and kind of always do things that's in your favor, not like like, even if you make a lot of friends here and there, it's just kind of, you're always, I don't know, not caring enough for your friends. You're always looking out for number one, looking out for yourself, and it's like, oh, maybe that's why my friends don't stick, or that's why I'm not having other long-lasting relationships, or people might not want to hang out with me, because you're overanalyzing things, maybe not being yourself, or apologizing too much, or not apologizing enough, and maybe saying things that are rude, or saying things that might be out of line, or maybe something, or where someone gives you a lot of affection and attention or interest, like platonic or romantic, and you kind of are you professional, and you shut them down because you're like, I don't trust this person. Like, oh, look out for pile 3, number 1 here, all day, every day. So it's kind of like this person affected you to your core, even your personality, or how you interact with other people. It took a long time to start trusting people again, relying on people, relying on yourself, trusting yourself, making decisions, and not getting mad at yourself for them, and not thinking there's always a hidden agenda, or that people are seeing you negatively, or they might not like you, or caring too much about the smallest details and things like that. So I think there's a lot to this. It seems on the surface like, oh yeah, like betrayal, don't you just get over it by trusting people again? Like, no, if a betrayal like this that's so deep, it takes a long time to, like, would you trust that person now, or would you have trusted that person immediately after? No, right? Or even if they betray your trust a few times or several times, for you to finally be like, no, like that's it, or they called the shots and they just kind of ghosted you or left you, or whatever. Like, it would take a long time for someone to get over issues like that. And if they acted like they got over it, that's not healthy either. Let's see. Wings. You never needed those wings to fly. Yeah, and it feels like that you always had this ability. It's just kind of like gaining your confidence back, gaining your ability to trust back. Like, you always had that ability to make these choices and not be hard on yourself. It's just a undesirable habit that formed after this. It's like you got OCD or ADD, or super like neurotic, or really introverted, or whatever, after the situation. And it's like you just had to remember your true self, like that you can have confidence, that everyone makes mistakes, that you don't have to be so hard on yourself. It seems so much easier said than done. But it really feels like you understood that if anyone kind of betrays your trust like that, they weren't meant to be in your life anyway. And it wasn't you. It wasn't on you. You didn't make the wrong choice. You didn't, like, you might have made small mistakes here and there, but it's not on you. You know, it takes two people for the relationship to be over, right? And it might have felt like 100% was their fault. For some of you, it might have been like they did you wrong, and it's like you were carrying the weight, and it wasn't your weight to carry. You know, they weren't meant to be in your life, and you realize that, and it's like, wow, actually, I'm lighter, and I'm better without them weighing my life down. Like, I wish I knew that then. And it took a while to get your confidence back. For others of you, it's like, you know, maybe not seeing the signs or giving them too many passes, enabling them. And it's kind of like, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up too much. Like, everyone goes through difficult experiences in life, especially, you know, we're talking about relationship experiences. A lot of people have no matter what kind of relationship you're in, whether it's your first one, whether you've only had one, or you've been in so many, or you've mostly just dated people, or you've been a serial dater, or had many monogamous relationships, or exclusive things, or whatever, or you just, you know, had relationships when you felt like there's something more there. Whatever kind of relationship experiences you've had, there were some difficult times, like, no matter what. That's just how relationships work on that level. That close to relationships, problems, definitely. So for this situation, though, I feel like you might have been really hard on yourself because you really like this person. And it's like, how did I let someone treat me this way, or get away with so much, or how did I not put up boundaries, or how did I keep pouring myself into this connection with them not putting that much in, or how did I not see this coming? Why didn't anyone around me tell me or point this out, or why didn't I listen to them? Or it's like, yeah, baby, you were in love. Love does some funny things. You don't see some things, or you go the extra mile for love. Like, you know, love is not a bad thing. It wasn't wrong for you to love, and it wasn't wrong for you to make these mistakes, or not see this, or to make some not the best calls here and there. That's life, right? So I feel like you were freed, and this whole weight lifted off your shoulders. It's like, oh, like, if this person couldn't accept my mistakes, but they were making so many of theirs, I didn't need that mess in my life. I know that now. If they just abruptly left my life after how much we've shared, and I gave it my all, and I talked to them, or I messaged them, and they just left like that, like, then they were really not meant to be in my life. Like, they treated love so poorly, and I would never want anyone in my life who treats me and love that poorly. And kind of, and like, allowing yourself to make mistakes, allowing yourself to not have to super analyze everything, and, you know, overthink decisions, or get down on yourself if you feel like you didn't make the best decision in that moment, and be okay with things leaving your life, knowing that, like, if it left, it's probably for a good reason. If it was yours, it'll come back. But these little wins, it's like so tough, because to gain trust of yourself and trust of other people, it takes so much time of, you know, I could even see someone, like, trying on different outfits or hairstyles, or, you know, to show that they can trust what looks good on them, talking to different friends, and opening up to certain friends and seeing if they trust themselves enough to open up to friends, if they're picking the right people to open up to, are they trustworthy, am I picking the right people, like things like that. Yeah, it just took too many wins. You had to get so many little wins like that to finally be free of not caring what this person thinks, not caring where they are in life right now. It feels like it might have been for some of you unrequited love, or someone you haven't talked to for a long time, or maybe not ever since, and to let it go and let him be free and then actually not care. It takes a lot of discipline, a lot of know-how, a lot of wisdom that you had to gain, and a lot of little moments that are so different from each other to get to where you are now. Trusting yourself, trusting that you will find love, trusting that whoever you give your time and energy to are worth it, and trust that you won't get down on yourself if, you make a mistake here or there, and kind of extend that unconditional love to others as well. So much there. It seems like such an easy, straightforward thing, but no. So how did it empower you? Rebirth, giving yourself a second chance. Yeah, it's exactly what that motif we've been talking about. It's just like, if you get mad or sad or disappointed in like the decision you made, like not letting it like ruin your whole life, being like, dust yourself off. It's like, okay, I'll do better next time. Or I learned something here and I know how I want to prove for the next time around. Or, hey, I learned that this isn't for me. Or, you know what, like, I wish I could have handled that in a different way, but that's in the past. I'm not gonna kill myself over this. So giving yourself another chance is giving yourself trust again. You're trusting yourself again. You're trusting the divine again. And therefore, you're trusting your actions in love. You're opening your heart up again. You're trusting other people. And that you're trusting the next person who comes in isn't the same person that you dated before, that really betrayed you. Even if they have similar traits or looks or mannerisms or similar sounding name or voice or something, like that they aren't that other person. This is a brand new life experience and a brand new connection that is unique, and you have to see it with open eyes and an open heart. And I feel like you're ready for that open eyes, open heart, to not just romantic love, but trusting yourself in all aspects, for going after that dream, that career endeavor, opportunity, new friendships, old friendships. You're giving yourself a second chance at trusting yourself in life to make the best choices in life again, right? Or continuing to. Balance. You may find equilibrium in motion. Yeah. Feeling, that's why I kind of mentioned all the aspects of life. It's like, once you don't trust yourself, you're going to be all wiry and mousy and like very neurotic in all things in life, right? So if you can be able to trust yourself again, you'll see improvement in all areas of your life, right? So it's like building that confidence back. Is it building that ability to make decisions in your life? And if you can't make decisions, and if you can't take action, and if you can't like figure out a goal or anything like that, you can't move forward, right? If you can't figure out a vision, a goal, a dream, something that you want, you desire, if you can't pinpoint it, or if you can't express it, then you can't create it. So I think that's the point here, is that you have the ability to kind of to give anything a fresh new start. You trust yourself to take a leap of faith or take a risk. I think you got to a point where you might have been stagnant for a while because you're kind of afraid of taking risk, afraid of trusting, afraid of doing something new, afraid of messing up. And all these like fears kind of subsided once you realize that like this kind of who cares mentality, it's like, okay, like I want this opportunity in my career. It'd be great to get it. I'm going to try to work towards it. If I don't get it, who cares? You know, I really love to find someone that, you know, loves me and that I love them and as much, and that we have a lot in common, and that, you know, we have, you know, we create a home together, we create a family together. It's kind of like, yeah, I'd be really happy if that comes through, and who cares if it doesn't. It's kind of like manifestation energies as well. Trusting yourself is trusting the divine, which is trusting that the divine will provide for you and whatever you need and want. And all you have to do is get clear on it. So I feel like a lot of people can see around you, like even your friends and family, that maybe like you've changed recently, or you've changed since this experience, and you've become a stronger person, and that you're more goal driven, you're more motivated in life, and you're also more carefree. So it's kind of like the 2-in-1, like you work hard or you work smart. You have a lot of drive and passion for work, for life, for connections, for you know, experiences and moments. But also you're also very like laid back about it. You're not getting mad if something doesn't go your way. You're more relaxed. You're easygoing a little bit more. You know, not to say that you're a doormat, but you just kind of maybe don't get as triggered as easily as before. And that every area of your life is improving. You could probably see that too, that every area of your life is improving because you feel so much lighter. You don't have a weight that you're carrying around all the time. All right, so what's coming into your love life because of all this glow up energy? Innocence. I love that. Take time to play, nurture your inner child, live with a childlike sense of wonder. See, that when you get into these really like stressful, anxiety driven and untrustworthy, looking out for oneself, selfish, really narrow-minded kind of energy, you forget to have fun. And you know, especially if you went through a betrayal, like you sometimes like you're so laser focused and you turn so serious and you're so like, I'm never gonna let someone treat me like that again, that you forget to have fun. If sometimes it feels like you lost your ability to have fun, especially if this is something more recent. It's just like that person you had so much fun with and they betrayed you, and you kind of lost your love of life and your zest for life. And so these like wings and this innocent card is kind of giving this energy of like, you know, time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So even with the earth sign here, I feel like you're getting a lot of abundance here, especially with the 9 of Pentacles. So I feel like you're getting a lot of positive abundance, physical abundance. So maybe like a lot of career opportunities, or a lot of financial opportunities, or upgrades in money in your life, also upgrade in your health, upgrade in the way that you look, upgrade in your life, so the hobbies that you like, things that you're interested in, having more time and energy on that. I feel like, yeah, you freed up so much of your time, that you have so much time to like kind of pursue the things that you love and can make you have fun. And I'm getting like the universe is giving you money for that, like giving you more money for that and more opportunities so you can enjoy life a little bit more. It came out in reverse, so I do feel like this is like a you thing. So specifically just for you, it's to enjoy life, just you and the divine out in the world, like the best gal pals or guy pals that you ever had, you and your spirit team, your higher self, you know, just living life on cloud 9, having fun. I feel like that's the energy that's happening right now. And I feel like they're not going to be even thinking about your romantic love relationship because you're just having so much fun. You're like, how old am I don't even remember like what day it is, what date is it, what things do I have on for work. Like, I'm gonna take a vacation, I want to take this many days off. Like, you're just gonna go like live off grid, or at least live off of this busy schedule and just kind of play, have fun, and enjoy the amount of money and opportunities and free time and more freedom that you're bringing in. Okay, so what is Spirit's advice for you in terms of love? Beautiful pot 3. Candle, you'll be shown the way. Yeah, so that's where I kind of got that feeling. It's like, okay, just have fun. Spirit saying just have fun, and then we'll show you the way. So it's like, if you can just open up your energies and have fun, like literally just take some time off to have fun. If you can't get out of your day-to-day responsibilities, like do the bare minimum, and you know, your nights or your mornings or your afternoon lunch breaks or the weekend or whenever you can. If you can take vacations, that's great. Just have a lot of fun. Like literally, it's like sit down and be like, what's gonna be fun for me, and do that. And if things pop up in the moment, just do them if it feels fun. It's very, very crucial that you have fun right now so the divine can connect you to the next awesome things in your life. So the King of Wands, which is also a sign of like looking far into the future. So I feel like the universe is going to be downloading into you really, really specific and detailed things for your life in all areas, love, career, everything, for the far-reaching future. So really, really big goals, really far-reaching ones. So this is a time to kind of really connect with your inner child and have fun in order for Spirit to kind of show you that way. Bo, you are highly thought of. Yeah, Spirit's kind of like, you have such great potential. You might call yourself a light worker or starseed or way shower, spiritual teacher, leader, spiritual warrior, or something of that sort, because you are meant to do really, really big things. That's why they're showing you really, really far-reaching visions of the future in the near, sometime soon, because and that's why you're enjoying a lot of abundance right now, is because you're meant to the second chance, meant to kind of give yourself the second life. Like this is like not a new chapter, a whole new book in your life. This is a completely different, like upgraded version of yourself. This is pile 3.2, you know. You're on a path that you might not even understand the wider repercussions of. Yeah, because victory, 9 of Pentacles, in a sense, you have this energy where you're going to really bring in a lot of positive energy onto the world. A lot, in a big way. So I got October. So that's only a few months away. And if you're watching this at a later time, yeah, just 3 months from when you're watching it, or it could be October, whatever resonates. But it feels like from now until like a few months from now, you're meant to just kind of let yourself be free. Do whatever calls to you, really resonates deeply to your heart. Whatever you feel like you're having fun doing, or it feels very meaningful, or something you're meant to do. Yeah, this is the time to do it. You'll be set up. You might be given money or funds or some sort of bonus, or maybe gifted some money or some other kind of windfall of money, or vacation days or days off, or less responsibilities, or maybe some sort of life circumstances that allows you to kind of do this. You won't be sorry, and you might be really, really surprised with what comes through, because I do feel like it's so much more than one thing. So if you've done your healing, or you feel like you're mostly done with this healing and this is like you ready for your divine counterpart union, I would say like, yeah, in October, Pluto is going direct, and I'm associating Pluto with the soul mission for the collective, for lightworkers. And so you can expect things to start moving very promisingly into your soul mission, which includes the people, places, and things, opportunities, and work that is going to be resonating with you on the highest level. So that includes your divine counterparts, that includes your life's work that you're going to be working on, and the soul family, and just all the things kind of coming together very beautifully, more magically than you could imagine. But up until then, for the few months until then, or whenever you're watching this until October, it might be you're just gonna have to trust the universe, and you're gonna have to have a ton of fun and just do what your heart feels like doing. And that's such a hard ask, but if I told you it's worth it, and what do you got to lose, and yeah, use your own intuition, but just a few months, a couple months, and it will set up the rest of your life more beautifully than you can imagine. Would you do it? Can you do it? And if you're watching this at a later time, then yeah, just like just a few months from when you're watching this, because this is like light workers feel this energy first, 2024, 2025, and then for the next 18 years or something, everyone else is gonna start feeling it too. So this might come through, cycle through at another time as well. But yeah, beautiful pile 3. I hope you resonated with this reading and it was helpful to you. It's my pleasure serving our community and our collective in this way. If it was helpful or you liked it, I really appreciate a like or comment. Yeah, or any advice you have to someone who went through what you did, you can leave that in the comments. It's always nice to hear from other people, like how they dealt with it, what was their method, or to know that you're, someone went through the same thing and that you're not alone. So, yeah, I'm very excited for your union. Yeah, if you're still in the healing process, don't worry. Spirit is setting you up with a lot of fun stuff, money, job opportunities, good fun things you can work on, and a lot of beautiful soulmates, platonic, friendly, and romantic, to kind of lead the way through your healing. But yeah, so whatever stage you're at, I love to hear how your healing process was. But with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. I hope you have a beautiful, magnificent, surreal, out of this world union, and much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 4 with the black onyx. We're looking at how Spirit wants to get you ready for union, and we're going to look at a love connection that had left you very deeply disappointed, and we're going to look at what happened, how you heal it, or how you did heal it, how it powers you up, how people see you now because of this glow up and power, and what's coming in for you because of this experience in love. Okay, how's your love life going to be upgraded because of it? So what happened here? Okay, 2 of Wands in reverse. So it says personal goals, self-doubt, inner alignment, fear of unknown, fear of change, playing it safe, a lack of planning. All right, so this person might have left you deeply disappointed because they seem so much more focused on their own goals than the mutual goals. Maybe they spent way more time on their own goals, or all their time on their own goals and none on the connection, or they weren't interested in your goals even though you helped love and support them through theirs. It feels like they weren't there for you as much. You might have not realized that they had so much lack mentality at first. They seemed confident, they seemed like they were in a good place in their life, and then you were deeply disappointed that they actually didn't feel like they were in a good place at all, that they didn't like their friends or their place of work or their coworkers, or they're constantly asking you oh, how does this look? I don't know, I don't think it looks good on me. Just constantly doubting themselves, very insecure, very unsure of themselves, and therefore very unsure about the connection. Yeah, and also inner alignment, fear of the unknown. They might have had a huge fear of commitment, or maybe they just never had a strong commitment as what you two had, or they never got to that level in a relationship that you two were going into, or never had to get into a relationship with someone they felt so much for, like they did with you. Maybe they were going into a new like career, or a new just a new situation in life, and they were just too afraid to walk through it, even with you by their side. And they might have deeply disappointed you because they were just too comfortable with where things were in their life at that time. And they didn't want to change. They liked their habits and they liked their routine. And they weren't willing to budge. They were not willing to compromise, or compromise enough. Maybe it was you that constantly had to bring up ideas for dates, or how to move the connection forward, or how to better work through a situation in the relationship, or what the relationship needed, or what it could use, or how to improve it. And they didn't really show that kind of same level of commitment or energy being put into the connection, care being put into the connection, thought being put into the connection. Lack of planning, like they really couldn't plan a date, they couldn't plan for the future, or they were really lazy about it, or they got angry at you when you even brought that up, or they really didn't know how to. It kind of really felt like you had to show them too much of how to do things. They didn't really just intuitively pick it up, or they didn't really put an effort to kind of teach themselves, or figure out some way to kind of move the connection forward, like learn things from other people or from other resources, online videos or books or whatever. And I feel like they were also they might have left you also very deeply disappointed because they didn't know who they were yet. Maybe they didn't know what they wanted to do in life yet. Maybe they had a lot of issues that they hadn't confronted yet, haven't even looked at. They might have had a lot of problems in their life that they weren't upfront with you about in the beginning. They might have like some financial issues, or you didn't realize that they were just gonna quit their job or get fired or laid off and then just sit on their butt all day. Or you didn't know that they were going to go into a deep depression, but they're someone who continuously goes into deep depression and doesn't do anything about it. But the worst thing is that this connection has like so much potential, or at least you thought, and you feel kind of like really sad that this person isn't living up to their potential and isn't showing any promise. So I feel like at first, like, you wouldn't have even given this person any, like, a thought. You wouldn't have given this person a chance if they didn't show that they didn't show a lot of good qualities. Like, they got along with you really well. You might have had a lot of very similar interests. Maybe they had a lot of goals in life in a lot of different areas in their life. They were showing you to friends and family, or they were being very open about their work and what they hope to do in the next month or the next year. They showed that they were very independent and liked, they had a lot of hobbies and stuff, and valued their time and was a good, caring person. But then you find out all these other things, like, oh yeah, they showed promise, they showed potential, but they maybe spend too much time with friends, or helping other people, or out with their coworkers or at their work, and not enough time on their relationships. And they don't notice that, and they don't care about that, or they notice it and they don't know what to do about it. Maybe there's someone who needs more space, or it's too clingy. Maybe they talk a big talk, but they have nothing to really back it up. They might promise you dates and vacations and doing this in the relationship or doing that, and they rarely follow through. And yeah, maybe there's someone who claimed that they were gonna do all these things in their life, and then they don't take any action or make any moves towards those goals. It's like, oh yeah, this person might not actually want to do those things, or they might never get there because they just don't put in the energy and effort. Yeah, this person was deeply disappointing. They might have like had you kind of trail along for too long because they have a lot of potential. They just choose not to act on it, and so they kind of would put in a little bit of effort just when you're about to leave, and then they go back to doing the same things or something. So they might have trailed you along for a little while longer than you wanted, and that kind of is like, oh, what a waste of time. Like, I wish I just got out of this sooner. Or yeah, like they didn't want to work as a partnership. They kind of kept doing things by themselves, and it's like, oh well, what am I here for then? Like, you know, you can tell me issues, I can help you through them, or we can talk through things, or I can support you with things. And like, but they kind of close down, shut down. They won't open up with you. They have a hard time communicating things with you. Or maybe maybe they're just a liar, or you know, maybe they just have a certain personality traits that you're just like, oh, that's too bad that they have that personality trait. If I knew sooner, I wouldn't have. You know, like some people who put on a face before meeting someone, like they'll be fake and try to be someone that they think you want them to be with instead of being themselves. And granted, we all put on our, you know, put our best foot forward when we meet new people that we're, you know, that we like or that are important. But you're still like somewhat yourself, and there's people who are completely fake or completely just try to love bomb you or try to be someone that they're not, and so you fall in love with this person that's not actually them, or you fall in love with this person who has potential, but then that's not who they actually are. So it's like it's very deeply disappointing. I feel like the worst situation here is that you feel like you wasted your time. You wasted your love, your energy, your nurturance, I feel like a little bit like exhaustion energy, like oh, you put in energy and effort into this connection at a time where you didn't have much energy and effort, and it didn't pay off, and in fact it was a dud, you know, it was a lemon. Okay. Yeah, I got liar. I got date night first, and then liar came out. So like, it's kind of like, I feel like this person was someone who was like constantly lied about even just like small things, or just couldn't like make up excuses for not making moves in the connection or being on, like spending time, whatever their love language is, they just didn't do it, you know, like, and I feel like they took the time to figure out what you liked, and then after love bombing you, they're just like, yeah, you know, it's kind of expensive, you know, I don't really have too much money in the account right now, or you know, I'm not really feeling that good, you know, maybe we can go out next weekend, or you know, this was something small at first, and then it turned to big things, like, you know, yeah, like let's move in, let's find a place and move in together, you know, let's move this connection forward. And you do all this research for like months and months, and then you finally find a place, like, you know, you're ready to like sign the contract, and then they're like, yeah, I don't know, I can't do this right now. It's like, are you serious? We just spent months and months looking at places, doing the research, hours and hours after work, trying to squeeze in time to go to open houses, and you're gonna back up now? You're gonna back out? Like, you know, so it's kind of one of those things where you just, it's like, it wasn't, there wasn't, it's like they might not even realize that they did you wrong, even to this day, some of you, because they don't think they hurt you, right? But they did. You might have tried to break up with them, but then they kept reeling you back in. So it's like heartbreak after heartbreak. Or it could have been a situation where you just spent so much time, energy, and effort on something that was not worth it at all, and you wish you saw it in the beginning, right? I feel like this person has issues that they haven't confronted or that they don't even know about, and so they're very oblivious to how they're coming off to other people because they don't have a handle on their issues. They don't even know about some of them, you know. So this person's very clueless a little bit. They might be very intelligent, they might be very funny, or they might be very well dressed, or very, you know, they might have some things really put together, but like you'll start to see it, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Like they have all the stuff and it starts unraveling, right? All the stuff that they have to work through, and you're like, wow, how did I not see this in the beginning? Yeah, so how did you heal this, or how can you heal this? Okay, 10 of Waves, let go. 10 of Wands. So the biggest thing to heal from this is to let it go. I feel like there's an energy here of keep going back and then keep getting disappointed, or you keep dating the same kind of people, and it's just like, how does this keep happening? You know, like it's like you really have to let go of this person or this kind of person, and it might have been really difficult, and there must have been a lot of heartbreaks in between, a lot of a feeling of sad, heartache. Why did I do this again? Why did this happen again? Or how did I not remember that they're not looking for the same goals, or that they, you know, they act this way or behave this way with these people, and that's not how I want my partner to behave or act, or they treat me this way, or they say things in this harsh way, or whatever. Like it's like how did I not see it? And I feel like this is a thing where you kept going back, or they kept coming back, and it's like you two had a real love, and so you tend to forget the bad things easily and look past the not okay, but it could be passable things too easily, and kept focusing on the good things, because this connection was like not horrific and horrible. It was like difficult not to get back into it, you know, especially when so much time and energy was invested in it. It's like, why not give it another shot? It's easy with this person, or I like them, or we do have a lot in common, and now we have a lot of history. So it was easy to fall back in, easy to forget the bad, pass on the weird, okay, focus on the good, because, you know, whatever you wanted, you were getting from the other person. So if one person wanted company, or wanted, you know, fun times in the bedroom, and the other person wanted long-term security or future, like both were giving enough of what the other person wanted in the connection. It could be anything else. It could be a really good friendship, someone who gives you a sense of stability and security. It could be financial help, or it could be the resources or network that the other person made available, or, you know, something like that. Opportunities that other person made available, or you know, one person taking care of a lot of certain kinds of responsibilities in the household, or in terms of bills or something. So it's like a lot of reasons that you two might have wanted to stay with each other, and kept feeling easy because, like, oh, we do have that love there, but you kind of always keep forgetting the other things, and you had to keep reminding each other. even if it kept hurting the two of you and it was like time for separation again. But I do feel like a back and forth, at least once, if not more, like a lot. But that was the challenge here, is to let go, and that's how you heal it, is realizing this isn't worth your time and energy and effort anymore, even though it's not as bad as other ways that people could have done you wrong. Exes or past love interests could have done you wrong. It's still taking something from you. It's still giving you a lesson. It's still giving you heartache. It's still giving you difficult times. And for some of you, it was darker than that. It was deeper than that. It was like really, really strong coming together, and really, really heartbreaking, almost on the brink of can I live anymore kind of breakups, But for others of you, it was just like, oh, time, energy, investments, But you had to let go, because I feel like you, especially Pile 4, wanted love. At the beginning of this connection, what you wanted was love, and you wanted the future between the two of you to, like, whatever projects you took on, whatever timelines, whatever big goals and dreams you took on, is done with someone that you love. And so I feel like you were still fighting for something that was never going to exist. And same for them. Kept fighting for something that doesn't exist and will never exist, and you just two had to let it go. Like, you were in love with that dream and that ideal version of that person, or that version of that someone, or that idea in your head about that person, or that feeling of what that life would look like. But it wasn't with them. It was never with them. And so that's why you had to let it go. It's kind of helping you get out of that, like the delusion that this is that person that's going to happen with, or that's the person that will treat you that way, or that you'll have that kind of relationship with. Like, this isn't that person. And both of you were in Delulu land, because like it was like both of you were fighting for something that wasn't going to happen with the other person, but hanging on to the other person also because of things you wanted in a relationship but weren't getting fully from this person, but enough to kind of like, yeah, I kind of want this connection to keep going. Okay. Expectations. How you heal this, or how you will heal it. Don't seek anyone's approval. Yeah. That's the big thing. So I feel like what one person might have wanted the approval, I think both people wanted the approval of the people around them and what they felt like was appropriate for their life at this time. Maybe they saw a lot of their friends and family reaching these kind of milestones in their life, and you or your person might have felt like, oh, like this is a good person to cross these to-do list items off my bucket list, off my, what to do in life list. And another person might have been seeking approval of people through them. Like, maybe they're seeking approval of family, seeking approval of people that they respected, of their friends that they held in high regards, of their coworkers, of society, just to kind of, and they might have used you, or one of you might have used the other person as someone they're seeking approval from, in order to kind of deal with their issues of seeking approval from whoever they didn't feel like they got approval from when they're growing up, right? So both people were dealing with seeking approval. It might have been outside of the connection, or it might have been within the connection for unhealthy reasons. And that's the dynamic here I'm getting. So it's kind of like being who you are, being okay with who you are and what kind of life you're leading and where you are in life and who you are now, where you've been, who you've been, where you're going, and kind of coming to the terms of like, yeah, like, you know, in the past I did the best I could do with what I knew then and whatever was going on at that time. You know, and I accept who I am now, and I accept where I am in life. And this is what I want to do in my life, and this is what I want to do in my future, my goals, whether it goes that way or something else comes up. This is what I want right now, and I'm happy with that. You don't have to go shoot it from the rooftops. You don't have to go telling every single person who asks. But if you're cool with it and you want to share it with people that you trust and feel care about you, that's up to you. But you're gonna be okay if they don't think that's what you should do, and that's a really tough place to be, because you're probably very deeply disappointed in this person because you're really deeply disappointed in yourself. You know, it's like how you feel. This mirror energy is like, you know, this person represents everything that you're disappointed in yourself in, whether that's where you are in life, how other people see you, where you feel like you should be in life right now, and you know, expecting too much of yourself, and overthinking how much you should be doing, and, you know, not taking time out to enjoy the simple things and doing things the way you want to do it, which is really, really hard to do, especially if you're one of those folks that like is very goal oriented and very like strict with themselves, or has a lot of self-discipline, very organized. Whether you've been like that since the day you were born, or you kind of became that energy, I feel like when you met this person, you're kind of really trying to get your life together in some way, or to move it in a specific direction. And that's why this person was such a big disappointment, because you saw your life going in one direction and they were kind of bringing you in another, or kind of keeping you at a standstill. And so you were deeply, deeply disappointed in them, in this connection, because they were mirroring your deep disappointment within yourself and your own life and where you are and who you are, right? So that's a huge thing to kind of realize and kind of work through. And it takes a lot of time to kind of figure out who you are. But I feel like that's a more enjoyable journey to kind of, instead of healing, it's more like becoming. I wouldn't call this a healing. I would call this more like a little bit of healing, right? But from having to let it go, it's kind of scary to let something go that makes you feel safe and secure, but it wasn't giving you the full security and stability in a healthy way that you needed. And it wasn't actually what you wanted, just what you thought you wanted. But yeah, finding that stability and security within yourself. And it doesn't have to be financially and with your emotions, because not everyone is always emotionally or financially stable at all times, you know? That's okay. It's just feeling stable and secure, knowing that like whatever is happening in life, you'll get through it, or you can enjoy it, or you can take it however you want to take it. Take it slow, go fast, do it more seriously, be more organized, or be a little bit more relaxed about it. Like, it's okay to do life however you want to do it, you know? And no one needs to put their 2 cents in for that. You don't have to care about how anyone thinks about how you're living your life. And that's a very, very difficult thing to do, let go of people's expectations on you, societal expectations, how everyone else does things, or, you know, things that you might have grown up thinking from like family or society that like is not the right thing to do, the wrong thing to do, or you don't do it in that order, or you don't do it in that way, or, you know, you're too old for this, too young for that, whatever. Yeah, it's really, really tough to kind of get into that energy of like, Who cares what other people thinks? This is my life, and I only have one, and I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. Really, really tough thing to do and come to terms with. And when you're fully in that power, like you can manifest crazy amount of things. And that's why I'm like, yeah, the people who are coming into union, you're definitely like in that energy of just like, yeah, let's go universe, let's create these awesome things in life right now. Okay. And then let's see how you powered up. How are you powered up or will be powered up? Okay, returning, going with the flow. Yeah, returning. I feel like a lot of people are going to notice now that you're just kind of like so chill and easygoing. Like you might be able to like have a really different demeanor, and like they might be really freaked out a little bit, maybe some of them who know you well, about how differently you're living your life. When you really fall into line with your alignment with your true authentic self, you know, a lot of people don't see that. They don't see people often that are just living their best life, truly and authentically. I feel like a lot of people are gonna that see you again are gonna be like, oh my goodness, like this person is so cool, calm, collected. They really are like so super confident. It feels like they can take on the world. Like, who is this person? I want to be on their team. I want to be their best friend. I want to hit them up for a job. I want to see if I can even intern for them, or even work for them for free, because like, hello, being in Pile 4's presence is going to upgrade your life. So I feel like a lot of people that you might haven't seen for a long time, or that are coming back into your life, are gonna see you as this completely different person. It's gonna shock them. It's gonna take them aback. And I feel like that's like a really like it's gonna make you feel really good. It's like, yeah, like I'm that person now. Like, that's right. The new improved File 4. Here I am. Magic. Yeah. May you flow with the divine. Yeah, I'm telling you, your manifestation abilities are going to be through the roof, Pile 4. You're going to be able to create things very instantly, very quickly. Like, you know, heaven on earth. Seriously, you're in that vibe. When you're in that vibe of your true authentic energy, oh, you can do anything. You can have any opportunity you want, any resource that you want come to you, magnetize to you very quickly. The divine will bring it to you quickly because you're in that vibe. It'll get attracted to you so quickly. So that's your power up, is that you're able to, in that vibe, manifest anything that you want within reason, and as long as like it's it makes sense. And I feel like do I need to say within reason, or it's as long as it seems realistic, or like slightly above reasonable and realistic? No, you can go way beyond that, because your energy is so good, so connected to the divine, that you can manifest very, very big things. And you can practice it even now. Like if you probably like wrote in a notebook like a series of like very small manifestations, small, medium, large, and large manifestations, and see what manifestation start to come through on what level, like that's where you are. I think you'll blow you away. What you do is like you write a list of things that you kind of want or you kind of need, but you kind of want but don't absolutely need, or would be okay with if you didn't get. And yeah, so that make a list, like the very small manifestations, small like an apple, you know, somewhat small, like a letter from an old friend or something, or and then like a medium, like I don't know, like a new keyboard or something, or and then like a medium large, like I don't know, something like new, it's for the AC unit to get fixed or something. And then like very like large, or like that can be, or it can be like a career opportunity. I'm like trying to think of something medium large, a career opportunity, or like a little pay bump or something like that. And then like very large, like some large and very large could be whole new career opportunity, something that changes the trajectory of your career, and very, very large. Can be something, something long lasting, manifesting a mansion or a manor of some sort, something like that, very, very big, and see what manifests. Like, do like a few or handful of each and see what manifests in like the next week. And that's where your manifestation ability is, because like this is so real how good your energy is. You probably, like, if you're already healed, like, you're probably already in this energy and you know what I'm talking about. You're already in that 5D energy, right? If you're in the healing process, you probably feel this in like spurts here and there, feeling like, oh yeah, my true authentic self, feeling really like the kundalini energy, like really feeling like, oh my god, this music is like vibing with what I'm seeing right now, like how perfect is this day, or how perfect is this drive, or I can't believe this synchronicity matched up with that synchronicity. Okay, and then lastly, what's coming, last but not least, what's coming in to your love life because of this power glow up flow. Go with the flow, and then we have flow for the unicorn card. Okay, it says find an easier path forward, surrender the outcome, release your expectations. Yeah, that's what you do for manifestations. Yeah, I feel like you're letting go of all possibilities. Whatever happens next, you're living in the moment. You're really, really thriving in this energy. And I feel like you're so good. Like, I feel like you're in the moment and connected to divine more often than not, that more and more things are manifesting for you. And as those things manifest, you're getting even stronger and stronger in your manifestation ability. So it's just kind of like a snowball effect, and it just keeps going and going. You're in the flow pile for, and you just keep going. Just keep going. There's, if you can sustain that energy for longer and longer periods of time, that's when you know you're going into the 5D. And 6 of Pentacles. You don't need to think about offering anything to anyone else. So you don't have to think about, with this incredible amount of power at your fingertips, Pile 4, some people might be like, oh, why don't you use that energy for good? Why don't you use that energy and power to help people and manifest for them? No, this is for you. You have this energy because you're manifesting your creative ideas, whether they have no purpose except to make things pretty, make a nice pretty painting for yourself, or, try out this new kind of method for making this kind of clay pot, or whatever it is. You want to try another kind of landscape in the backyard, or whatever it is, just do it for your own sake. It doesn't have to have any reason other than making you happy, other than trying things that you want to try, unleashing your creativity, getting really in tune to the divine. And don't listen to anyone who's like trying to get you to use your magical powers for them. In fact, you might even spend some time on your own for a little bit until it doesn't bother you, and when people are trying to like hitch off your high frequency energy. And also, you don't need to put any effort into kind of putting yourself out there in terms of love relationships. People will come to you. You don't need to put any energy or effort or action into that. Like, this is coming to you. You just have to go with the flow. Do all the things that you normally would do. If you want to go to that coffee shop, or if you want to check out that art studio, or if you want to partake in that cool event, go to that concert, do that cool meetup, or attend that conference, or go visit that friend. Like, whatever you do, just naturally do that, and the universe will align everything to you, because you're just in that high vibe. People, places, things, opportunities will come to you at this time. Okay, and then lastly, Spirit's advice for you in terms of love. Forest. Muddled, unclear thinking. I feel like Spirit is saying, like, don't you have a really strong line of connection to Spirit right now, and it's very, very powerful. And you shouldn't like get distracted, or let anyone else influence your thoughts at this time and your manifestations and your visions. This is a good time to kind of just like let yourself be free and see what comes to you. Write down some of your visions and thoughts and ideas that you have, and just let this creative energy, intuitive energy flow through you and see what comes through, because I feel like the universe has a lot of opportunities that they want to bring for you at this time. So that like, just try not to get distracted. You know, watch less TV, or only watch things, TVs, movies, and read books that like give you high frequency energy that really resonate with you. And it doesn't have to be happy-go-lucky, but just something that makes you feel divine energies, right? Feel that it resonates with you. So there's some sad movies and drama movies out there that are also very like heartfelt, right? But also music, same way, only music that you resonate with, and like things like that. Only friends that you resonate with, only situations that you resonate with. Like keep that energy. Okay. Sorry, it's getting dark now. I like to do these readings during sunset because it's the best lighting. But I like the natural light as much as possible. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, with the Six of Pentacles here. Ten of Waves, the Ten of Wands. It feels like you've waited a long time for this. And that's why I feel like this disappointment card is kind of like, yeah, I feel like you might have gone through some of the other pile energies before, like feeling of, you know, betrayal and feeling low self-worth or insecure or something like that from past relationships. But like now it's like kind of at the energy where it's just like, okay, it was disappointment, but it wasn't as awful as like the other things. This might have been the most recent connection, or yeah, or some things in the past that like weren't as potent. Yeah, but I feel like for most of you it's like something recent, because it kind of pushed you to being in your most authentic energy. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, I'm really getting this feeling of it's your time to shine. It's your time in the limelight. It's your time to reap your rewards and get acknowledgement and accolades and awards and recognition for all your hard work. And also be acknowledged for your talent. So I feel like you're going to really put your talent out there for others, and that's going to really help you in physically as well, because I feel like you're in such highly divine, high frequency energies right now that you're kind of just like la 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 la, kind of like a fairy floating by. So this, putting your talent out there, your help out there, what you know out there, putting your work out there is really going to help bring like a home in for you, a physical home, bring in more money, bring in more stable routines, because otherwise you can like go on forever just, you know, frolicking in the fields. And so your spirit's like, we're gonna use this energy, like, yeah, just have fun and stuff like that, but it's gonna build up to your life's work, which is going to help other people, and give you more stability in the physical life, because you're so much in the 5G now, or you're going into the 5G so strongly now. On this pile. And then lastly, Kite, vacation. Yeah, so I've been talking about light workers going on vacation for a very long time on my other channel, Mystic Mia Moksha, where I do highly spiritual energy update readings. And this is light workers, starseeds, spiritual teachers, warriors, way showers, you know, visionaries, whatever you want to call yourself. This is your time to go on vacation. First of all, you can free your mind, do whatever you want, and let things just flow through you and to you. And then based on what comes through, you can kind of figure out your next steps forward. And as I also kind of call it a vacation, because lightworkers are so used to doing so much inner work, like healing and purging and figuring out who they are and what their role is, and, you know, visualizing the better future for, humanity and all the stuff, that you spend so much time like in your inner universe, and this is a time where you can just freely flow and let your creativity out, and even your intuitive ability out into the physical world seamlessly, beautifully, and you can interact with physical things while being highly intuitive and while being highly creative, painting, creating music, helping others, or gardening. But I feel like a lot of you are going to do this like solo for a bit, and then kind of like the universe is going to show you like where to go or where to take this next. So I do feel like you're going to be like very hippy dippy, airy fairy kind of for the time being. Let's see if we can get a time frame. Time will bring a surprise. So yeah, this pile is kind of just go with the flow, and starting today, and there is no more time. So this needs to happen now. You need to be in this state of mind now. Whatever you need to do to get rid of these distractions and put yourself into a place where you can just freely let these ideas and creativity and intuition flow. Maybe you get your own art studio. Maybe you rent a place for a week, a few weeks, a month or two. Maybe you take a vacation. You go somewhere. Maybe you go somewhere where someone else can take care of the meals, or your parents, your grandparents, or your kids' place, or your friend's place, or something like that, or somewhere maybe near the beach or the mountain or something, a lake. The beautiful fields, wherever you can go to just do this right now is important for you to just do it. However many days you can do it, a few days, few weeks, few months, like just until all this stuff comes in. It's so vital for you, beautiful pile 4, to let this in. I feel like you're very close to getting this, whatever it is, come through. Like everything kind of aligning in this new chapter of your life. And then for those who are still in the process of healing this big disappointment, and still have a lot to unpack there with this big disappointment, whatever it was, or whoever it was with, or however many disappointments it was, it feels like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You'll get through it. It might be difficult now, but it's like, oh, you saved yourself a headache for the future. Like, you might have feel like you wasted a lot of time and energy in this connection and in this future that you invested so much in, but you're gonna that this is worth putting in the time, energy, and effort into, because you save yourself so much more time, energy in the future because of this connection. And I do see that even if you're not fully completely healed, that it won't take as long as some other healings do. Letting go of something, it might not happen the first time or second time, it might take some time, but once you get there, once you kind of like realize, oh yeah, it's like this is fully done, it's just like you're free, and you get to live that perfect life if you always wanted to. And for those of you who are already done the healing, it's here. It's here. And literally, you have no time to waste. Start today, if you can. So, beautiful pile 4. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it resonated. I hope it helped. I really appreciate a like or comment if you liked it, or if it helped, or if it resonated, or even if you have experiences that you might want to share to help other people in a similar situation. I would really love to hear those comments. I always learn from my viewers and clients and, people I meet. I'm always learning information from everyone, their experiences, and like, oh yeah, this could probably help someone else that I'm connected to right now, So like pass on the good information. And I am so super, super, super excited for your union energy. I feel like it's just going to come in. It's just going to come in with all these other manifestations that are coming in. I'm getting opportunities, all these opportunities coming in, and you're going to be able to pick and choose what opportunities you want. But your divine counterpart is just coming in with all these other things that are coming in. It's going to come all at once, like kind of generally all in the same time. It could be in the same like month or the same season kind of, but it seems like it's all going to come in around the same time as each other. And you're just gonna be in that such a good flow state that you're not gonna get too overly excited and kind of like accidentally do something old you would have done with a really good opportunity. You're just kind of flowing with it, letting things come in, letting it get kind of like settled into your life before kind of moving forward. It's not like you're messing it up because you're too excited about it, or you're jumping into things too quickly, or pushing things too fast. Like everything is happening so like easy breezy, cool. You're loving it, you're enjoying it, you're happy, and you're getting to celebrate these opportunities coming in. You might not take all of them, or you might wait on some, or you're not jumping into things too quickly. You're letting it kind of get settled in, and you're enjoying it more and longer, like this kind of initial honeymoon celebration, yes, this is happening kind of moments, because you're letting this feeling last longer. All right, pile 4. So happy union. I wish you the best of luck. It seems like luck is already on your side. You don't even need it. You can manifest any luck you want. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light.